Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn January 1, 2023. The moon spends the day in your communications sector, and you can find personal interests or connections especially attractive. Today's energies are on the awkward side in spots with the Sun and retrograde Mars in minor challenging aspect. Much has been going on behind the scenes and in your inner world, but part of you wants to push a matter forward. Restlessness and indecision can prevail, but it's temporary. Desires are complicated, and a straightforward path to their fulfillment isn't yet obvious. Sudden or unusual emotions can lead to indecision or a feeling that you're suddenly without a real direction. Aim to take your time to come to conclusions. It may be best to observe instead of jumping into action today. Get ready for yet another sharp obstacle in your path. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet of the mind and communication, is now frozen in the heavens above. Whenever this happens, we feel like we can't move in any which way. Our winter retrograde phase is taking place entirely on the icy peaks of the zodiac sign of Capricorn. In the weeks to come, we will all notice that we are reviewing, reassessing, and re-examining our legacies and how we build structure in our lives. Buckle up to take a deep look at how your relationships are building you or tearing you down. Do not speak from a place of hurt or anger. It might be challenging to watch your tone, turf, and timing when the moon in Aries conjuncts Chiron in Aries today. Something said about your work could hit an unexpected sore spot, which may cause your blood to boil. Instead of lashing out to defend yourself, you may want to watch how you react. Even if you lose your cool, find it within yourself to hold yourself accountable for your reactions and apologize if necessary, especially with the moon forming a sextile to Saturn in your sign. Thanks to the moon's departure from your income sector 2 days ago, your nose for money is sharp as one financial year draws to a close and another comes into view. After 8 months, Juno, the queen of commitment, is just 12 days away from leaving, but as she separates from an alignment with dreamy Neptune and from the moon, there is a chance to set your resolutions for the new financial year with confidence. You are easily taken aback by people who seem to know what they want and how to get it. Remember that your reflective nature tends to give a lot of credit to others while at the same time depriving yourself of the same. Break this pattern of find yourself in a rut, comparing yourself to others, or worse, manipulating others to balance the insecurity you feel. Openly communicate with those who do things you would like to be able to do. You will be surprised at how they help you. The essence of this day is in the air, enhancing your ability to express yourself creatively. This can serve you very well if you have meetings on your schedule or have to communicate an abstract idea. Also look for other ways to get ideas across, such as writing or graphics. Often spoken words fall short in communicating a complex concept. By giving your innate creativity free rein, you'll find yourself successful in your communications. The moon's last visit to your communications sector for the year was always going to be a valuable chance to ensure the communication lines are open, but its alignment with the dwarf planet Eris, in retrograde motion here, is also a chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice. Before this year ends, this is a chance to leave no room for regrets, whether it is speaking to someone in person or just sending a message to show that they are in your thoughts. Communication is set to be a major theme in 2023. 2022 will end with 4 planets in retrograde motion, and while they will all turn direct in January, there are still some old doors open to the past. The moon connects with one of them, with an alignment with Eris, still in retrograde motion in your communication sector today, coming just 2 days after Mercury, the planet of communication, turned retrograde. This is making it easier to give the past and unsaid words a voice. Our eyes in the sky. The moon continues its journey through temperamental Aries, which can be exhausting for empaths and those with an exceptionally strong nurturing side. While you'll feel drawn to help and take care of others, be wary of anyone who takes you for granted now, and don't be afraid to say no if you don't feel up to doing something. More than ever, you're conscious of your desires and comfortable with your general outlook on life. You're unlikely to feel frustrated or find anything too confusing. You're very much at ease with yourself and in control of circumstances. Your sensitivity may leave you vulnerable. Your health and home life are areas of importance to focus on. Others greatly appreciate how capable you are even in the most difficult situations. Your modest and unassuming approach is admired and appreciated by everyone who knows you. Maintain your well-being by incorporating some exercise into your daily routine. The open air is particularly beneficial for you now. The moon shares a frustrating square to Mercury retrograde tonight, which could make communication difficult, especially if it pertains to emotions. You might find that people are either cold or very much in their feelings, and it won't always be easy to predict how someone is going to react to you. There could also be technological issues or brain fog, so remember to ground yourself if things start to go haywire in those realms. Things should begin to feel lighter, and perhaps even a bit dreamy, but your psychic senses will get a big boost from the cosmos, so be careful who you surround yourself with. Avoid anyone who drains you emotionally or you'll likely become energetically depleted. Try to focus your energy on the people who lift you up. Try to go to bed early, because your body will likely need some additional rest. The cosmic weather is exceedingly quiet today, until the Aries moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering us stability. Confidence in our capabilities finds us making intelligent choices that engender our success in the wider world. The sextile is an auspicious but easygoing influence. We can miss its most optimal effects by refusing to get out of the house. Consider volunteering for community outings. They help you establish or build upon promising relationships. Because we have extra physical stamina under the Aries moon, we're better at showing than telling now. Our knack for strategy and desire for movement can lend to playing games as social icebreakers. If we are unable to be out and about, this transit marks an occasion to connect with family or mentors who have more experience than us in our line of work. Elders have wisdom to share. They will be open to showing us the ropes if we can sit still long enough to take their advice. Later on at night, the moon squares off with Mercury in Capricorn, making us anxious. A disconnect between our hearts and our minds makes communicating with others difficult. And the fact that Mercury is still retrograde doesn't help matters. We're much more in our heads than usual, replaying past conversations and doubting our knowledge base, worried that we've said too much or haven't said enough. We feel moody, as if no one has given our opinions the respect they deserve. Take this opportunity to review what you believe and why. If we are insecure voicing our thoughts, it may be because on a subconscious level, we question our own logic. Instead of making up an imaginary villain to rail against, take this time to separate yourself from the triggering conversation to do some real thinking on it. You may discover that your biases have been inherited from your family, your workplace, or even your media intake. Find your center so you can re-enter these dialogues in the future with a clearer head and more cogent talking points.